Junk food is one of the things that most pollutes the earth. There are a lot of stuff that pollutes the earth. One of them is the chains of fast food and everything that comes with it. All companies make a lot of mess with the products they sell. They pollute the water and other stuff. But they seem to use 2,400 liters for hamburgers only. And if in the country they eat 450,000 hamburgers, a lot of water is waste. With cows is different. 1,000 million cows in the world, only for food production. And for humans, they release tons and tons of methane. The waste of food with junk food is very large, and this was called Food Waste Index. The deforestation of palm trees is brutal. In 1989, the forests were disappearing by hectares, and the most of this happens in Asia. And these trees are useful because of the oil that they produce. That is used to make a lot of things that is fried, like French fries and a lot of stuff.
Fast food is characterized by large consumption of meat from intensive farming that seeks greater production at a lower cost. To produce a hamburger, 2,400 liters of water are needed. So if at least 450,000 hamburgers are consumed per year in a country, a large amount of water is spent. And if the amount of water wasted by each country is added to produce hamburgers, it's an immense amount of wasted water. In addition to producing the vegetables that a hamburger has, a large amount of pesticides and fungicides are used that contaminate the water of the rivers and the groundwater.
On the other hand, more than 30 million tons of plastic have been used only for food packaging, so another large amount has been used to serve or send food, especially fast food. The director of computer science at Microsoft Research has calculated that for the manufacture of a 1-liter plastic bottle, 4 liters of water are needed, and for a tub, 2,000 liters of water are needed. In addition, each product made of plastic contains PFAS, that are chemical compounds that contain toxins which pollute the environment and water.
The CAUS, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, estimates that the 1,500 million cows in the world for food production destined to human consumption release 100 million tons of methane. In addition, the cows pollute by the creation of pastures, which requires a lot of deforestation, which produces 100 million tons of CO2 per year. And they require an excessive consumption of water in meat production, such 13,000 liters of water are needed to produce 1 kilogram of meat. A possible solution to this problem will be to reduce the consumption of beef and replace it with chicken or pork, since being smaller animals, they produce less methane and they need less food.
One of the biggest problems with junk food is all the food waste it causes. A study called the 2021 Food Waste Index exposes an almost terrifying figure. In the year 2019, there were 931 million tons of food wasted. This is a huge amount of waste food, which are polluting the environment not only with the materials used for the elaboration of the food, but also with the materials used in the packing of the food. Complete burgers thrown in the trash, unused straw, napkins, or plastic forks thrown in the trash, all this waste and contamination just for junk food.
Companies of junk food with the biggest impact on the environment. In the top 5 of the most polluting companies of junk or fast food, according to the page Eurocativ, in the world we have Coca-Cola, Mars, where you can find M&M's, Snickers, Milky Way, and Twix. You have also Mondelez International, where you can find Oreos, Milka, Ritz. Also you have Nestlé and PepsiCo. In PepsiCo, you can find Cheetos, Tostitos, Pepsi, Doritos, Quaker, Ruthless, and others. These huge companies are among the most amount of polluting in our world, as they produce 263 million tons of greenhouse gas emission, according to the page Eureka.
In Southeast Asia, 45% of the plantations analyzed in 2016 came from areas that were forested in 1989.
Thousands of hectares of tropical forest are lost every year in Borneo, Sumatra, New Guinea, and other territories, mainly in Asia, to make way for oil palm plantations, a palm of African origin with fast-growing and very rich in oil. What used to be forests inhabited by emblematic species as the orangutan and the tiger are now extensions managed by companies that manufacture raw materials that are later sold.
And we love being used for the manufacture of food products such as margarines, chips, pizzas, biscuits, pastries, creams, sauces, pre-cooked or snacks. Also in sectors such as biofuels, cosmetics, cleaning, and pharmacy.
Why should we reduce the consumption of junk food? As my co-workers have already mentioned, fast food is one of the ways that most affects the pollution and kills our planet the most. Here, the important thing that we should do is to reduce the consumption, since in this way the large restaurants and food chains such as McDonald's or Burger King that use a lot of meat can be reduced and to stop killing the cows, because the production of this meat produces a lot of CO2 or carbon dioxide. Also, we should reduce the consumption of chips or crisps, because these are fried with palm oil and this contaminates a lot.
Propose would be to create 2 new laws, which establish that companies cannot generate more than 40% of pollution, or at least to reduce at 30%. The measures they can take can be to use materials made from reused objects or natural products instead of plastic, such as avocado seed straws. And the other law that we would plan is to increase the taxes in palm oil and to guarantee that the deforestation is not in new places. In this way, this would be able to reduce the consumption of these oils, and maybe we can replace it with other types of oil.
Let's all work for a better world.